Jay Baba, thank you very much to Baba Zoom for inviting me today. And um, today at Eastern Time, United States at 10:06 p.m., the year gonna start, the Persian New Year. It's gonna be 1403, I believe. And um, I just want to explain what the new year is, or what's my understanding of the new year is. Um, the Persian New Year or Nowruz actually started in long before Islam. It happened in Zoroastrian time, and it was actually the celebration of the spring. And they did have the celebration of the fall, which is the season of the harvest. And now they, in the spring, they have the celebration of the spring. So Nowruz means new day. And what it really is a new beginning, a new life, to renew everything. And before the start of the new year, it's been very much a customary that all the Persians, Iranians clean up. They clean up their house, they clean up their environments, they houses, the backyards, the town, their places of business, and get all the dust and dirts and impurities away, in a sense, in the physical form. But in the spiritual form, it also means that you also clean up all your lust and anger and animosity and bad feeling and jealousy, and these are impurities, because we as soul, we are our highest or optimum highest stand of a human being is basically to be the purest of the pure. So you and I, we know that we make through the journey of this life and death in order to clean up and let go of all that impurity and all that bias, because God Almighty is the only reality, and then the rest is basically illusionary world, is Maya, is dream, is all is a fake dream, basically. So therefore, there is a lot of tradition associated with how to clean our own inner self. And one of the thing is the end of the year, it's basically it's time to remember of our dear ones that has been deceased recently, and they put them to their minds and hearts, and then they go to fire temple or to the mosque, and then they remember the deceased souls, and bring them, and that actually helps them to keep the knots with your ancestry. And the other thing is is to connect you with the word of the spirit. So the word is not all this physical form that we see and we are aware of. The word is actually the inner word, the most real. I mean, it's the only real thing, is the inner world, otherwise. um, the rest of the thing is a Maya. So they connect with that spirit part of themselves. And then the other tradition is on the first day of the new year or Nowruz, they start going for 12 days to visit friends and families and relatives and anybody that they might not even have seen it for a year. And they go to their homes, and then the other people come to your homes. And what it is like, um, I like to share my time with you. I want you to be part of my family, part of my life, and my blessing to you. And then they give like green leaves of a cypress in Zoroastrian cypress tree, and that's like evergreen. Like, is may your life be always green and prosperous. And what it is basically it's the life of the spirit, it's the life of inner being of our soul. And otherwise, everything else passes away. So from the first day of New Year, Nowruz, to all the way to the 12th day of Nowruz, people go and have visitation. And also, it's been customary and a tradition, like if between some family members there have been a little animosity or jealousy or anger or something, the older ones, the elder ones go and say, come on, come and let's celebrate the new year with a new beginning and be in peace and hug each other and come back together to rejoice the spring, this new beginning. So the good thing with this culture is you end up forgiving and asking for forgiveness. So all the time is like Persians and saying like brother to brother and sister to sister, and all the old families, relatives that they had arguments for over money or over possessions or any other things that causes arguments, because arguments, it's very much associated with this physical world. Otherwise, in blessed state of godhood, there is no argument. It's all love. So basically, they encourage all the family members to come and join and rejoice and be happy and be cheerful and start a new beginning, a new life, and forgive and forget. So that's a very, very good custom to every year, people keep forgiving each other. It's like you don't want to keep that heaviness on your shoulder for the rest of your life. Then so that goes on for the 12 days of the spring. And it's also another good aspect is the generosity. And the generosity is usually the elder will give some bills like money in cash, green cash, 2 months to the younger generation for a blessing, for a gift. So as a child, and that goes on as long as you are staying with your parents. I think they keep giving you money. And the fun thing, as a child, it was very fun to go to all those different people, and then I'm being a child, so I'm getting all those different money, and everybody based on how much they can afford. So there is no push, there is no limit. there is no minimum of how much you can give, but then even that $1, 1 2 month, 2 2 month, it's just the blessing. It's not only the value of the money matters, but it's also the blessing and the love is behind it. It's like you're giving to like a child that is not making money in this world, and she also needs to have clothes and shoes and some things to eat. So yeah, so it was fun. We used to leave the house like at 9 a.m. and then we used to get back to the house like around 6 7 in the afternoon, and between the whole day we had already visited like 12 houses, and then we collected all those monies, and it was fun. And then they and their kids, like my cousins, they would come to our home, and of course my mom and dad will give them the same or whatever they can afford money to their children. So it wasn't just one-sided, it was all the sides. And so that was a very good custom and culture too. And beside that, then the last day of the that Nowruz or celebration of the New Year was called Sizdah Bedar. And Sizdah Bedar means on the 13th day of the Nowruz, everybody's supposed to go out into the field and into greenery, into the forest, into parks, and to be sitting down next to a running river. And so nobody would stay, even the hospitals and the nursing homes, everything would be emptied because their kids would come and get their elders, and then they all have to go together to that green field to celebrate. And at time of Sizdah Bedar, they had that green grass or a sprout that they have sprouted it, that usually with wheat. But in here, for some reason, wheat doesn't grow well. Probably now is GMO, I don't know. But I use lentil, and lentil actually grows really good. So, and it's very beautiful. And so they take that sprout that they have grown to the field at day of Sizdah Bedar, last day of celebration, and then they tie it and tie every sprout to another in order to keep basically the word togetherness. And there is a customary that if you are a woman, I mean a young girl looking for a husband, or a young man looking for a wife, you also tie that in order to next year to get married. They make a joke of it, but it is actually, some people tie that in order to get married next year. I don't know. But it's also to unite and bring the spirits together. So that's the 13th day of Nowruz. Before, I forgot to say that, before the New Year or Nowruz, the last Tuesday night of the year, called Chaharshanbe Suri. That means we are going to turn on the fire on the night of Wednesday. They call Chaharshanbe means Wednesday, and Suri, it's actually a Zoroastrian or Ashurian name, which means Suzesh or Sori. In Dari they say Sori. So that means to burning some fire. And that's also very significant in a case that it has a lot of spiritual meaning behind it, because, they make from bushes. They make bonfire on the floor, on the ground, usually in their backyard, on the cemented area away from trees, so there is no fire hazard. Or when I was in LA area, they got the Persian community got a permission from city of Santa Monica, and then they were able to make like their bonfire by the ocean, by the beach there in Santa Monica, and then they make like huge bonfire, like 7 of them in the row. I mean, we as Zoroastrian, we make is something between, my mom would say, either make 5 5 is a good name, or 7. But if that's not even possible, just make 3 or even 1. These days, I make a little fire, like a bonfire, uh, in my backyard, and just 1. I don't make like 3, because I don't want, the neighbors call the fire department for us. So, and then we jump over it, and what we say while we are jumping over it, it also is very meaningful. We say, زردی من از تو، سرخی تو از من. زردی من از تو، سرخی تو از من. And by saying that, we jump over the fire. And all it means is, fire, fire is very pure element in a sense. When the impurity comes, then it's not fire, it's the smoke. So a smoke is the impurity, but fire by itself is a purest element. So we say that, oh fire, take me my weaknesses, my paleness, my basically anything which is negative and stagnant in me, and give me your strength and motivation and life. So take my being so miserable and paleness, basically paleness, and give your redness to me, or your light, brightness. So in a sense, Baba later on, Meher Baba made that Duni, and he didn't made it. It was there already. It's part of the Zoroaster. He, as Zoroaster, had practiced that fire of. And so Meher Baba, beloved Baba, says that throw away anything which is not right for you, like your weaknesses. Like if you have anger, or you have some addiction, for example, you just throw it away in that fire and let it burn. And it's actually in Persian tradition is the same thing. We giving away, we are jumping by giving away our own impurity, and we are asking for the better us, the light, the divine light, the purity of fire back to us, to make us a better person, I guess. So that's about the tradition of the New Year. And now let me see what else. I was expecting this meeting to be like on Tuesday, on next Saturday or Sunday, when I'm more ready for it, but that's okay.
Mehernoush?
Yes, dear.
I've been listening. I wanted to ask if you can say something about the tables, the way you all have these. It's like our Christmas tree, it seems to me. Is it a tradition like that from Iran to have the beautiful decorated table?
Yes. Okay, yeah. Actually, we call it haft seen. It must they used to call it haft chin. Chin again is a pure Persian, che. Che actually you cannot find that word che in any Arabic language. Che, which is ch. So it used to be a haft chin. That means seven setup of items on a display on a table. And in Zoroaster, of course, they have shirini, which is the sweetness, and rose water. They had a wine, which was sharab, and they also have, of course, flowers and um, candles, which is light.
You have the
So
grass, the grass.
yeah, yeah, we used to have that. Yeah, which is sabze, sabze or the green. It's represents life, and then later on, when Islam came and most of Persia become Muslims, then they, because of a taboo of sharab, now they changed it to vinegar, and then the vinegar in Farsi is sirke. So sirke starts with sin, and therefore the whole setting changed from half chin to half sin. Now they have, so it has to be seven of them. They have sabze, which is the green. They have um, samanu, which is they make a food with almond. It's very delicious. It's kind of like a jelly looking, but it's not made of gelatin. It's liquidish, little semi-liquid. So they got
Seba.
sabze, samanu, somak, which is I think English adapted the name as samak. Samak, I see it in grocery. This is what they call samak. Then they have seke, which is coin. Then they have sabze, which is as I mentioned, is the green grass, and seep, which is apple. Then senjet, which is like a very dry fruit, and it's only you can get it in the deserts of a part of Iran around the Kavir, which Yazd and all that there, and it's a very dried fruit called senjet. I don't know the name in English, I'm sorry. So this is all seven items that they put, and then they add up to that later on. They add up the colored eggs. The colored eggs, it's not Persian thing, so it might have been later on the Iranian got it from Christianity. It's a possibility with the Easter. And then they have the fish, which is like a little red fish that you have it in your ponds. And back in traditional time of Iran, every house has a small pond, and then in there they had that grow of the fish, and of course that was very good on feng shui as well. And so they have that fish pond in the middle, and then the all house was all around it, like in like a little square, all the houses, different rooms and kitchen and bathroom and all that. And then they had that pond and the fish over there, which you see, the thing is um, that border sign, it was always Zoroaster as a prophet, as avatar. He was very much into nature. So he taught all at that time to be a preserver of the nature, to make sure that water, earth, air, and and fire never gets contaminated with impurity. So it has been all these years the common practice of Zoroastrian that not to make it impure. You know, even the holy fire of Zoroaster, they do not put any plastic in it. They don't burn, you know, basically anything synthetic or non-biodegradable. Everything's supposed to be degradable. I mean, we have to respect the nature so the nature comes back to us. If we don't, if we keep destroying all the forests and building all those houses, how the earth can breathe. So therefore, in Zoroastrian community, you know, they like as I mentioned on Sizda Bedar, they used to go to the field and then just enjoy life in the open field and welcome the mother nature in themselves. And mother nature is Aramiti in Avesta, basically in that spirit on that angel of the preserver, the protector of nature, basically. So that was also a respect to Mother Earth. And they sit by a river, but not then because the river is also the flow of life. And back in their houses, you know, they didn't have a flow of life, so they like to have a little pond, and in order to make it more flowing, they put fish, fish ponds. So that's how the fish came into the half scene. So, any other questions about that? No.
I would like to see the green that you grew.
Yes, ma'am. They're going to be a Persian New Year. You know, first of all, I'm not at home because I had a meeting with a client and I just couldn't make it home. So I'm here at Circle of Friends, and God bless them that they gave me their office now so I can talk to you all, because otherwise the time wouldn't permit, basically, to go home and show my green grass and all that. It wouldn't, time wouldn't permit. But on Saturday night, our time, we will have at Circle of Friends a program of Persian New Year, and we will have a settings. And I have grown some sprouts, so I might bring it, and I don't know who's going to, if there are going to be any picture or movie taken or not. I don't know, but you know, I will bring mine so people can see. And that's going to be Saturday, the 23rd, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is 5:30 to 6:30 is a potluck, and 6:30 p.m. our time to 8 is going to be the program on Persian New Year.
No, not fitting our hours here, but
Well,
enjoy. It was very beautiful, your description. Is that the most happy Persian holiday?
You know, I think, okay, well, you see, these days, yes. These days, yes, because there is a big holiday, you know. But at the ancient time, or at the Zoroastrian time, like 2,500 years ago, what it was, uh, they put ceremony all the time, and we had 5 celebrations during the year. And for example, we had Navroz, then we had Jashn Abrizgan, which was in Khordad, it was around June. Then we have Jashn Mehregan, which was in October. Then Jashn Sadeh, Jashn Yalda. Yalda was the oldest. So Persians, as a custom, they love to celebrate. I mean, you have to have work hard, be thankful to God, and then celebrate. So at that time, I would say about 2,500 years ago, I think they had all the celebration, and it was very important to everybody at that time. All the celebration, including Nowruz. But right now, in this time and age, and people are working, so they cannot be off all the time, for 5 days here, 10 days there, 15 days. So they just basically have a big Nowruz celebration. And they rejoice because it's a beginning of the year. It's the beginning of Aries, zodiac sign, and a new life. So it's all, basically beautiful. And, it's a time of forgiveness, and ask for forgiveness, and peace is a time of all the generation to come together and celebrate life and unity.
Beautiful, beautiful description. Some of it reminded me of the Passover celebration as well, where people also go to they also clean, like they do deep spring cleaning and impurities as well, to
Yes.
to take the impurities out of the house and out of the people and themselves, and also that the custom of going to visit in the cemetery the forefathers before, and also after the last day of Passover is going out into the country and having a big picnic where everyone is, even if you don't know them, is invited. So it's like an open, they all go to place, to gardens or public gardens where they can be in nature, and they open up a big meal, and anyone who wants can come and eat. And so I also think that I remember reading that during the Navroz, when you go from house to house, you leave the door open so people can come into your house as well. Am I right about that?
Well, actually, probably in old ages, because, at time of Zoroaster again, it was good words, good deeds, good thoughts, and nobody was stealing. But now these days you have to be careful. I mean, this is a Kali Yoga age, so no, they don't leave the door open these days. So basically, you ring the bell, and then they ask, "Who is this?" "Oh, I'm so and so." "Yeah, come on in." But you have to be cautious.
Even when
all
you
the
were a
time.
child, it was like that you had to ring the door and things, or the door was open.
No, we never left the door
No.
open. I mean, I don't think anybody does these days.
Oh,
There is even a proverb, a saying, a Persian saying. They say, before you blame your neighbor, lock your door. That means if something got stolen from your home, think it's your fault because you haven't locked your door. So before blaming the neighbor, first thing you do is to secure that door. So that's how it is. You know, we always have to use our intelligence. And yeah.
Makes me wish, Mehernous, that we could have you longer too. I know you're a very busy real estate lady.
Thank you very much. Actually, thank you, Baba. I'm so grateful to his love and also to Baba community because I just having a sale today, so it's just perfect for the Persian New Year. You know, it's like Baba sending me AD, the gift, just a day of the New Year, and it's just like Baba. But I mean, you choose the best days to give.
That was
Mehernous,
a
thank you for
beautiful.
sharing with us. Thank you so much. It
You're
means a
very
great deal.
welcome. Thank you, Gail. Thank you very much for inviting me. It was a pleasure to be with you, and I wish you a very happy, a very auspicious and lovely, full of joy and peace in your life and in life of the whole humanity as one, because we are all one. Jai
Beautiful.
Baba.
Thank you, and blessings to you for the very beautiful year
Jai
for
Baba.
you and for
Thank you,
all of.
Mika. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mehernoush. This is so lovely. And you know, every time I hear about Nowruz, I hear something new and fresh in the story of the holiday. So thank you for bringing it and making it fresh again.
My pleasure, Diana. Thank you very much.
Thank you to whoever initiated it. Betty, did you initiate it?
This was Angela. Angela told me that, yeah.
Wonderful, 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 really wonderful.
You're hungry for more next New Year. Maybe I'll get them to, I don't know, maybe they would take pictures or I'm gonna talk to Al about if he could give us, maybe even Zoom, the at Circle of Friends. We'll see what he might take a few pictures or something.
Yeah, we're going to have a beautiful spread of all the half scene. So hopefully I can even take photos and I usually put it on my Facebook page.
Please do.
Okay, thank you. Jai
Bye,
Meher Baba.
everyone.
Mehernoush,
Bye.
Mehernoush,
Baba.
do you
Yes,
have
dear. Hi, Jai Baba.
Yes,
Hi,
I'll
see you
Asha.
today.
Hey, Baba, do you
See
have
you.
any poetry today?
Who, me?
Yes, but
Okay,
no
I actually write down a bit.
special poem. Because
Yeah,
everything, I must say, everything you were saying and the way you speak, it's like one beautiful poem. It's a very spiritual, unfolding and flowing expression of your life and your culture, and it's really lovely. And so thank you. I just
thank
love
you very much. Yeah, if you want, I have this Persian singer, Maryam Jalali. She performs it very beautiful. And then she says it, بشویم زمین را بشویم زمان را بشویم به یک تکه ابر آسمان را که پاکی بیاید که پاکی به انسان خاکی بیاید که پاکی به انسان خاکی بیاید. That means, you know, this is like Meher Baba is singing for us. He says, I will wash the earth. I will wash the time from impurity. I will take a piece of a cloud and wash the sky. So the purity will come. So the purity will come among the human beings and washes washes the gross conscious human to make a real human. The highest form of human being is when we don't have any impurities. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehernous. Lovely way to end. Beautiful.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, I'll stop the recording and let's see, here we go. And say goodbye to all, huh? Jai Baba. I don't know what's what's next on the calendar, Gayle.
Are you going to Baba House?
Now,
Yes, I guess
that's a good
you, but
idea. I think I will do that right now.
I
It's
know
good
I'm
to
trying to get
end
myself
the
out
year with Baba and started the year with Baba all the
to
time.
take everybody to Baba's house now.
Okay. Jai Baba.
Much love to you. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you. Love you too. Jai Baba. Bye-bye.
Okay, here we go.